activate multiple streams of income. Activate multiple streams of income. When you are a career person, you are operating in what we call end income. End income. So it means that you are replacing your time and your energy for money. It means that you work and you earn. When you stop working, you stop earning. So activating multiple streams of income is not multiple struggles. Because what most people do is what I call multiple struggles and not multiple streams of income. So let's do a very simple analytics.
Welcome to the Money Lens, where we break down money, mindset, and mastery. Here we uncover the secret behind wealth creation, business success, and financial freedom. One smart decision at a time. Whether you're an entrepreneur, investor, or just tired of being broke, this is your space to learn how money really works. So adjust your focus and let's look through the Money Lens.
Okay, so these are 4 people I'm going to use to illustrate one person. So don't see them as 4 people. See them as just one person. So what's your name? Inshira. Okay, Inshira. You know. Did I pronounce it Inshira? Okay. So now please listen. They are all Inshira. Inshira 1, Inshira 2, Inshira 3. So Inshira she works in a bank. So Inshira works in a bank. And she earns well. She's been in the banking sector now for 17 years. And because she's been in the banking sector for 17 years, she's now a branch manager. She's earning good money. She gets special bonuses. So she's got some money. And because she has those money, what she now does is that from time to time, she travels. So sometimes she can go to Dubai. Sometimes she quickly goes to Turkey. So sometimes once in 2 months, she just goes away 1 week. And she goes to buy a lot of stuff from Italy, Turkey, Dubai. And then she comes back and she sells to her friends. So Unshira is a salary earner. She's a career professional, manager in a branch. But she sells perfume. She sells wig. She sells shoes. She sells ladies' innerwears. And she's making a lot of money doing that. But you see, one of the uniqueness of Unshira is the fact that she's also very, very good at cooking. And because she's very good at cooking, a lot of people order for her meals. So from time to time, she prepares meals and then she puts it on social media and people order for it. So most weekends, she's cooking, putting in coolers, and then dispatching to people. So she makes money doing that, and a lot of money is coming to Unshira. Now, but another unique thing about Unshira is the fact that she's also very, very good with music. She's funny. So even though she works Monday to Friday, in church, she's in choir. So from time to time, they invite her to come and do MC in events and all the stuff. So Unshira is now making money, MCing, singing, and all the stuff. So Unshira makes money as what? Unshira makes money. Unshira makes money. And Unshira makes money. So now please listen. How many sources of income does she have? How many? That's why many of you are poor. No, I'm not. It's not being sarcastic. I'm teaching you. That's why we're here. She has only one source of income. And that's what I want to explain. So when I say multiple streams of income, this is what you guys know. That's why Africans are poor. This is the only thing people understand. And you are not rich doing this. You don't become rich by this kind of struggle. This struggle. Hello? No. That's why many people are poor. Now listen. So get the School of Money book. These are things we have to. So it's not. So when you see rich people, you are now wondering, what are they even doing that they're getting all this money? They are just working smart. Now, in the world of income, there is what we call end income. That is the kind of income where before you can ever make money, you have to exchange your time and your energy for that money to come. So in the School of Money book, I call it once and only. You labor once, but for you to make money, you have to labor again. Do you understand that? So now look at this now. So who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? So if Unshira dies, what happens to all this income? That's why many of you are poor. Because you see, all this source of income, this is called multiple struggles. That's what many of you are doing. That's why when your father died, you were wondering where the money went to. See, my father used to be very rich. When he died, all the money disappeared. Your father was not rich, he was a struggler. That's why when your husband died, you say, I'm a widow. When my husband was alive, he had so much money. Now that he doesn't have money. No. When your husband died, the money died because he was a struggler. He was doing many things at the same time that required him to be alive. So instead of you doing what we call earned income, you need to move to the next kind of income, which I call once and always. So you labor once, but for that one labor, you continue to make money. Do you get that now? Once and always. So if you labor once to build a house, do you build the house again? That's one house. For the next 100 years, you are making money. If you labor once to write a book, do you write the book again? No. If you labor once to bring out an album or sing a song, do you sing the song again? If you labor once to produce a product or a service that the world is paying for, do you do it again? No. That's once and always. The third one is called free flow. That's why you don't even need to labor. Instead of you laboring, it's your money that will be laboring. So what do we do with Inshira? So Inshira is a banker. So let's now break it down now. So she's a banker. She's making money. But because she now understands what we are teaching now, instead of her being the one doing this, she opens a store. Hello? So she's working as a banker. She's a bank manager. She registered a separate business, Inshira Incorporations or Inshira Investment or Inshira International. And then she registers that, and what happens? All the goods that she brings, she puts them on the website. She gets a manager, or she puts them in a store. She gets a manager. So whether she's there or not, so going to Italy today, Qatar tomorrow, Turkey tomorrow, she doesn't need to do that. She only needs to go there once to establish contacts, let people know what she wants, open accounts with them, and they'll be sending the load to her here, and she will just be making sure that this is going on. Then instead of her being the one doing all the cooking and everything, what does she do? She opens a restaurant. She puts a system in place, and then people will now be the one doing the cooking. All she needs to do is to be the owner. Hello? Then she's an MC. This one out of the four is the one that she cannot outsource. Do you get it now? So because she cannot outsource this one now, we now move this one back here. So she can only do this when she's available, because she's the one that has the voice and she's the one they want to see as the MC. But she can still do something with that. She can write a book. Hello? She can create a coaching platform. She can automate it online and still be making money with this, even though she's in the bank. So with this one now, one day she can decide to resign from the bank and go on 1 year sabbatical. I hope you know the day she leaves the bank, no more money from the bank. But these two will continue to produce money. God forbid, even if she dies, this will continue to produce. That's how you create multiple streams of income. God bless you. So you can be a salary earner, and there are 3 barbing salons that belong to you. You can be a salary earner, and there are 4 trotro that are delivering to you every week. You can buy cars. That's why I told you, collect loan. So you can be a staff and you collect loan from your company to buy a car. But it's not for you to buy the car and show people that you're not a big boy. No, it's to buy the car and give to somebody to be doing Uber or Bolt or Taxify, so that when you are in the office, the car is producing money for you. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So how many have I given you? Okay, let me wrap up. Let me give you one more. We'll close. Now please listen to this one, because this is the one that will now take us into prayer. In the marketplace of life, you are either in the secret court or you are in the secret place. Please believe me. Forget suit and tie. Forget all this corporate stuff that you see and packaging. Everybody is using something. I'm telling you, everybody is using something. Just be sure that what you are using is the right one. Because even if you are not using something, somebody is using something against you. Many of you, the reason why you think that everybody is okay is because you are still playing at the peripheral of life. When you begin to touch the market share of power brokers, when you begin to get to some realms of income, you will suddenly realize that there are people that are gatekeepers in every industry that determines who enters and who exits. But because you are still playing small game, once you begin to hit a realm, the first thing they will do is to welcome you and invite you to come and join them. Hello? And when they invite you to come and join them and you refuse to join them, battle starts. Before they invite you to come and join them, they will have tested you. But if you are in the secret place, they will have been wondering what kind of power is he using. See, the guy is in another court. He's in a bigger court because we have been trying him, it's not working. That's when they will now invite you. The purpose of inviting you is because they know you are also using something, because they have tried you. And they are inviting you to say, I know you are doing something, but you can join our own so that we can say that. When you now say no, it means that your court and their court is rival court. And the battle will start. But you see, the problem with many of you Christians is that secret court, you are not there. Secret place, you are not there. You are a slay queen that cannot slay giants. You are a bearded gang that cannot bear nothing. 6-pack. You can't do 6 hours prayer. Something is wrong with you, sir. Hello? In this marketplace, you will be shocked. There are people that have resigned because they sat on a seat that was too hot for them. They got a promotion they did not have the spiritual capacity to maintain, and they ended up in sickness that they did not know what happened. They will occupy you with marital problem. They will occupy you with children being sick. That promotion you got, somebody else will be there, temporary, waiting, just holding the place for you, and you will not return. Hello? So the final law that I want to give you if you want to succeed in the marketplace is give God his rightful place. Give God his rightful place. Don't play games in the market, or else you become a pawn. You will end up being like a chicken they buy in January and they feed till November to kill in December. Hello? Because in this marketplace, everybody is using something. And I can tell you stories upon stories upon stories upon stories upon stories upon stories of people that thought that they can just go to work anyhow. And before you know it, they are still bleeding 8 months later. And they are wondering why the medicines refuse to stop. And then they are buying blood tonic. They are buying pad. They are going for this test and that test. And they are occupied with sickness that will not allow them to be able to use the position that they were fighting for. Hello? So people of God, if you don't believe in prayer, don't bother to prosper. If you don't believe in fasting, don't bother to prosper. If you don't believe in the supernatural, if you don't believe in spiritual warfare, don't bother to prosper. Because your prosperity will be temporal. Because let me tell you something, there are powers that will never show up until you arise. They won't show up, they will just wait. The Bible says, and when the Philistines heard that David has been anointed king over the whole Israel, say they gathered against him, because for every new level there are new devils. For every new level there are new battles that you need to fight. Listen, when you don't have a car and you are in traffic, you can come down from the trotro or the bus and go to the other side of the road. But when you have a car, even if traffic is 6 hours, you sit down there, because that new level of having a car has brought you into a new challenge. Hello? Every new level equals to new level. There are positions you occupy. If money is missing in the office, it's not your business. But there are positions you occupy. If money is missing, you will end up in jail, because they will have to question you, question your wife, come and do such. You say, what? You are the one in charge because you are a big man now. Hello?
Thanks for watching the Money Lens. Remember, wealth isn't luck, it's knowledge in motion. If today's video inspired you, hit the like button, share with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you never miss the next strategy for smarter living and earning. See you in the next one.